Okay, hi, another little short video about how you might be able to use variables to help change the levels in your game. Okay, so this is an idea that I've got, and what we're going to do is going to say whenever the sprite, the cat here, is touching this square here, this colour in fact, then we're going to get the level to change. The first thing I'm going to do is make a variable, and I'm going to call that level. And what I'm going to say is, well, I want it to run all the time. So I'm going to say when clicked, I'm going to set the level. Let me just put this in here. So go to variables. At the right at the beginning, I'm going to set the level, well, not to 0, I'm going to set it at level 1. Okay. Then what I want to happen is I want to say wait until something happens. And I think this is going to use this a lot, so I'm going to put it in a forever loop actually. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this wait until. So we'll just sit there until whatever we put in here is true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sensing, and I'm going to say touching color. So if you click on the color, you then get this dropper tool where you can sample the color. So I can sample the exact color that I want. So there I've got my colour, and because I don't want the level to spin upwards when he's just sat on the block, because that's what will happen because he's on touching the colour, I'm going to move him back to here. So I'm going to choose a motion, and because I've moved him there, you can see that these numbers change a little bit over here. They change. So I'm just going to put him there, and I'm actually going to put him this one here, and actually I might as well put one here, and so I know that whenever I start the game he's going to be in the right position. Okay, so this is a very simple game mode. I've only got the right arrow moving him, so it's just to show you the idea. So what I want to have, I wait until touching colour, move him out the way, and then I can run the next bit of code, which is say I want to change the level by 1. Okay, so in theory if I run that now and I move him to here, that's level 2, and I can move him to level 3 and 4. So at the moment it's just putting him back and increasing the level number by 5. But what happens if I want the backdrop to change? So if we go to stage, what I can do is go to here, and I've created some backdrops, and they all look the same except their positions are slightly different. Now you would have a completely different backdrop with different things going on, okay? But as long as you know where your cat starts and make sure that's the same probably on each level, you know that you can use that same code to always put him back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the code for the stage, and this is where I'm going to use some logic. And I'm going to say this. So what I want to happen is that when level equals 1, so actually I need an event. I'm going to say when clicked, we know that the backdrop is going to be our first backdrop, but we don't actually need to do anything too special here. But what we want to say is we want a little loop. So I'm going to do a forever loop, and I'm going to say if, I'm going to say level equals 1. So let's do this. I'm going to need a sensing. No, sorry, I'm going to need an equals here. So in this here, I can say that equals 1. Now this is the really useful bit. I can go to variables, and this shape, this hole here, this sort of like lozenge shape, a bit like a medical pill, isn't it? It's a bit like a pill. I can put level. If level equals 1, then I want the backdrop. I want to switch to backdrop 1. So there we go. So I can create these and duplicate a few of these. Let's just zoom out. And I can say have 3 levels. let's do that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to make sure I've got it right. So if level equals 2, then I want backdrop 2. If level equals 3, I want backdrop 3. Now obviously I need this in a forever loop because it needs to be going around all the time and just checking what the levels are. Okay, so more levels I have, the more if statements I could then use. Okay, so let's hopefully, I'm going to just change the backdrop to the wrong one. So I'm going to go backdrop 3 and let's see what happens when we do this. So let's put the code here just so you can see what's happening. If I click this, is there. So now I go to level 1. As soon as I touch this, right, I've switched to backdrop 2. We're now on backdrop 2. If I go across again, I'm now on backdrop 3. Okay, if I go any further, then I haven't told it to change. So my code here, I would need to add some more repetition here if level equals 3, level equals 4, etc. So this is one way that you can use your levels to set what a particular backdrop is. So hopefully that's really useful. So we've used the levels. We've used the levels on the stage here to select the stage. But if I go to the sprite, you can see here we're saying when the cat, the sprite here, touches the yellow colour, then the level goes up by 1. And we're using that, and that means that we can use that to go through all the levels to get your characters to change the backgrounds. So hopefully that makes some sense and is useful. Okay, enjoy.